This knot is called a sheet bend, and the purpose of the knot is to tie together two pieces of line when one piece is much skinnier than the other. So if you have two pieces of line that are not the same diameter or thickness, you want to use a sheet bend. In this case, I'm going to demonstrate the knot with two pieces of line that are the same thickness. But you can imagine that if I had one very thick piece of line over here, I'm gonna have a really hard time maneuvering that big heavy piece of line. So I'm just gonna bend it back on itself to make a loop without crossing at all. I'm just gonna make a bite in the end of the line. I'm gonna take my skinnier piece of rope. Imagine that this one is much thinner than this big fat piece of line. I'm gonna come up through that bite, and the only thing that's important to remember at this point is make sure you're gonna go under both pieces. Make sure that when you do that, you're starting on the side where this end is. So I wanna cross over from the bitter end side here to the standing part side over here. I don't wanna go this way towards the bitter end of this big fat piece of rope, because I wanna make sure that my bitter ends are on the same side after I tuck that working end underneath where it came from. So I came up through that bite, I went underneath from the side where the bitter end is, and now I'm going back to the other side, tucking it underneath itself. And I'm gonna hold this nice and snug so nothing crosses over or slides around, and then I'm just gonna pull this nice and tight. So that's how you tie a sheet bend. Again, it's great for when you have one very big, thick piece of rope and one that is a little skinnier.